Chef Jose Andres has just given his first on-camera interview since 7 of his colleagues at World Central Kitchen were killed by an Israeli strike in Gaza. His emotional message to Reuters about the devastating impact of this war.
Humanitarians and civilians should never be paying the consequences of war. This is a basic principle of humanity. At the time, this looks like it's not a war against terrorism anymore. Seems this is a war against humanity itself. You cannot be destroying every building. You cannot be destroying every hospital, every school. You cannot be targeting humanitarian. You cannot be targeting children. You cannot be fighting the basis of what humanity should be standing for.
I want to bring in Executive Director for Doctors Without Borders, U.S., Avril Benoit. Thank you for coming back on the program. Andres says it's not just his 7 colleagues whose lives have been lost there. He says hospitals have been targeted. He talked about your colleagues at Doctors Without Borders who have been killed. All of this has intensified the spotlight on the dangerous conditions that aid workers are facing in Gaza right now. So I wonder if you can share for us what kinds of conversations you're having internally and with other aid organizations.
Well, we're all pulling together in solidarity, and our heart really breaks for World Central Kitchen. Many of us have been through this. The spotlight, as you mentioned, is extra bright on this particular attack, we should admit, because there are internationals, there are Westerners who were targeted and killed. But it's not an isolated incident, and we've experienced it many times over in different ways.
These were clearly marked World Central Kitchen vehicles going along coordinated routes, and yet this still happened. What can you tell us about the difficulties of operating there, particularly any coordination with the Israeli government, and how does this get better so aid workers can be there?
Yeah, it's a really a mixed situation, because on the one hand, you have the rhetoric from the Israeli government saying it is doing everything appropriate to warning aid organizations or medical workers in a hospital that they're planning to attack. The warnings are obviously insufficient, otherwise you wouldn't have such a destruction of so many humanitarian facilities and hospitals and whatnot, as we have seen when they were fully functioning, and the warnings have not been realistic in terms of transferring patients and so forth. We also have this notion of coordination or deconfliction, but it really varies from organization to organization in terms of the degree of trust that anyone would place in signaling that your organization is functioning in an area. We have had numerous experiences of letting the Israeli mechanism be informed, and they acknowledge receipt of the information of the location of where Doctors Without Borders staff and supplies might be. But beyond that, there are no promises. So I don't totally understand how World Central Kitchen was doing that, to what extent they had so much confidence that that exchange or the coordination that they were doing on their side was, a solid handshake that nothing bad would happen. But clearly, it again points to the dark reality that nowhere in Gaza is safe. Humanitarians are not safe. People across the Gaza Strip are not safe. And certainly that's one of the devastating realizations of an incident like this, because this organization, World Central Kitchen, was doing a vital service. It was feeding numerous people, including some of the patients in the hospitals where we've been working. Is something that we wouldn't be able to provide and pull together. It was really their specialty, working with their various local partners. And so it really is a tremendous loss, not only when an organization like that feels targeted, and they have good reason to believe they were targeted. It's a red line for a humanitarian organization. That's why they've decided to withdraw, to cease operations for the time being anyway. And it would be the case for any organization that sustains a kind of attack like this.
Avril Benoit, we remain in awe of the work your organization, World Central Kitchen, and so many humanitarian groups do in places like this at such great personal risk. And we thank you for taking the time to talk to us.
Thanks, Chris.
Hey everyone, MSNBC has a new and improved app. You'll get real-time alerts and analysis, live blogs, in-depth essays, video highlights, and the best 2024 election coverage. Download the new MSNBC app. Here's how to do it. You tap on the App Store on your phone. You hit search on the bottom right corner. You type in MSNBC. You click on the MSNBC app. You click on Get or the cloud icon and enjoy it.